Everyone, it's Christian Fuchs here. I would like to say a big thank you to our fans and keep having our back for the upcoming Premier League season as well as the Europa League. Keep watching Leicester Fan TV. They have the latest news and they keep you up to date on LeicesterFanTV.com. So stay tuned and thanks for your support.
Morning all. Welcome to, I think it's the third Fox's Aftermath show. I've been doing review shows all season, so this is a proper Fox's Aftermath show where we'll be talking about yesterday's game, how well we did or how bad do you think we did. We've also got Mark and Ben, some new faces coming on, and I think some of the older faces that you all love. So to be honest, I think we better get going.
Welcome to Leicester Fan TV. With special thanks to our pals at ADT Taxis, Feed Me, Piglet's Pantry, Tiger, Leicester Garage Conversions, Pink Vehicle Leasing, Hologram, The Fox's Arms, Moyer Wade Interiors, and our chosen charity, Mentis UK. We bring you the fans' views on the match each week, and your views matter to us. Join the fans debate each match with us. Follow us at Leicester Fan TV.
Morning all. How the devil are you? Are we all happy after last night? 3 points in the bag. First half, not that good. Second half, a little bit better after the half hour, after he tinkered with it. So hopefully you're all happy. I'm going to bring Mark and Ben on, some new faces. Here's Mark. Morning, Mark. How the devil are you, pal?
I'm all right, mate. Yeah, how are you?
I'm good. I'll bring Ben on as well. Morning, Ben. How are you, pal? How's it going?
Morning, boys. Are you all right?
I'm good. So come then, Mark. What do you think so far of Leicester's season? Not about yesterday, just on the season so far.
Well, it's fantastic, isn't it? You know, if you'd have said to us this stage, we'd be looking 11 games to go in pretty much the same position as we were last season with the players that we've got out injured. I think all of us would have taken it. Being Leicester City, it's never that simple. It's never as simple as going in a straight line and qualifying for the Champions League. But yeah, fantastic season for us so far, and we're still in the FA Cup. Don't forget as well. So I'm really looking forward to that.
And Ben, are you similar to what Mark just says? Are you happy with the season so far, or is there anywhere we could have improved?
I think we're in a much better position than I thought we would be at this stage. I was a bit worried going into the new season, but we obviously got off on a flyer. Even though we had a lot of injuries, which I'm not going to moan about, but it has given new people the chance to come in and really show us something they could do when they maybe wouldn't even have got that chance. So people like Justin, I think Fofana looks amazing, although he hasn't had a good run yet. I think he's really going to be something to watch out for. And even the new people we saw last night. So yeah, I can't complain. Yeah,
Mark, what did you think of Sydney Tavares, whatever his name? I really know. Tavares. Is that his name?
You call him what you want.
You've been watching me long enough. You know I struggle with names. If it's not Smith, Jones, whatever, then I struggle. So yeah. So what do you think of the new lad Tavares? I think
it's difficult. It's difficult, isn't it? Because, you know, he's making his full debut, and what I will say is he almost scored an absolute stunner, didn't he, from 25 yards, and that technique is there. I thought for the first part of the game, he looked like he was struggling with the pace a little bit. You could see that he was expecting a little bit more time on the ball than maybe he was afforded, but a very, very solid debut, and you can tell that there is something about this kid. He was trying to get forward and influence the game, which at 19 years old in that environment isn't easy, especially the way that we were playing. So yeah, I thought he did well.
Yeah. Steve has just said here, Steve George has just said, last night's Burnley game, we were fighting again, which we'd lost in the previous two games. Do you agree with that? Ben would have lost then. If it's been this time last year, do you think we would have lost then?
Definitely. When we look at the one that sticks in my mind from last year is the Bournemouth game, where we looked like we were cruising it. and we literally fell apart and lost our heads as well. I don't think we've done that this year. The only one that vaguely looked like that was the Arsenal game, and I think that was just the impact of losing another player, and they just thought, out what more can go wrong? But yeah, we've never been out of it, let's say.
Yeah. The only thing is, he's actually out of contract, old Tavares, isn't he? He's out of contract this summer, and some big boys are after him already, Mark. Do you think we ought to sign him up, or I don't know, do you think he'll get regular game time, or is it just because the injuries we've got, that's why he's there?
Well, it's definitely because of the injuries is why he's there. But I think at the moment he's seeing that he's probably a little bit closer to playing for a top team, which, we are a top team. Therefore, he's a little bit sort of more established with us. And I think he'll sign. I think he'll get a new contract and have some promises. You can see that Brendan Rodgers is giving youth a chance left, right and centre. And you can see a bit of confidence in him. I mean, he's even Nick Filbert Fox's shirt number, isn't he? So that he's a confident young lad. And I'm sure he'll go far with us. But I don't see him leaving at the end of the season.
Rob's here, Ben. It doesn't paper over the cracks. We still look poor at the back. Yeah, we do a little bit, don't we? So is it Johnny Evans? Is Johnny Evans the missing link, you think?
I think we do struggle at the back. Even when Evans has played, I do worry a little bit at times. At the end of the Villa game recently, I was very worried that we were going to concede. But we haven't played with a consistent back four or a back five, whichever way we've gone. And consistency does breed confidence. So when they're not playing and they don't know each other. I mean, we did look like a group of players that had been thrown together in the first half last night. And but we can't do anything about injuries. So we've just had to, like I say, paper over the cracks. But I think Evans coming back will be a big difference. But then you've got the issue of, do you play Cags or do you put Wes in there? So it's a nice
which
problem
one would
to
you
have.
Would you have Johnny Evans and who, Mark? Who would you have? Johnny Evans and who?
It's got to be Fofana for me. Soyuncu, since he's come in, has been absolutely sensational at different points. I think he really struggles in a back three. I think we saw that again yesterday, and I don't think he's hit particularly good form since he's been back in the side. Fofana looks comfortable next to Evans. He was the one that really sort of stood out in that time. I think Soyuncu needs a bit of a spell out of the side when everyone's fit. When everyone's fit is the golden question, of course, because we're only ever one injury away from that next crisis, aren't we? But I would go for Evans. We need Evans absolutely. Defensively yesterday, we spoke about papering over the cracks. That first half was as bad as I can remember for a long, long time. But the real positive out for us from that is that, yes, we would have lost that game last season, but the guys now can take massive heart that they can win a game like that, and they can stick together. We weren't 3-0 down at half time, and whatever was said at half time, whatever got into their mindset and worked, and we take 3 points. We might have had our striped t-shirts and bank robber masks on to take them, but we got those 3 points, and let's get out of there and back on the bus.
The old smash and grab. Matthew's just joined. Let me just bring Matthew in. He hasn't been on for a while. Matthew, I hope you're ready. He's got his nice yellow shirt on from... What year was that, Matthew?
Early 90s.
Early 90s.
93, 94, would it have been?
Something like that.
Anyway, it's a long time ago.
Welcome back, pal. Long time no see. You got a week holiday, haven't you now?
Yes, I have. Yeah, I'm bloody knackered, to be honest with you. I've been very busy. But yeah, week off now. Typical no football while I'm off.
You're talking that week. Right? As you've just come on here, Matthew, Neil's just put, when we ditched the silly and slow negative passing at the back in the second half, it made such a difference. Do you think that's right? Brendan made a change after about an hour, didn't he, Matthew? And it sort of improved the game 100%.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, the first half, as we all know, it was diabolical. I mean, we were going nowhere. We had no creativity. It was tap, 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 back to Casper. Everything was back to Casper. We weren't even looking like getting in there half at all. Second half, it wasn't a lot better, but it was certainly an improvement. It brought on Marco Brighton. I thought made a big difference. A bit of a wise head again, and he made a big influence on the game. And we started creating things, didn't we? We started pushing forward. Let's not forget also how important Euro Tielemans is in this side as well. I mean, that pass last night was absolutely out of this world, wasn't it? He wasn't even looking where.
No look one.
The what? Sorry.
The no-look pass when it was like that.
The no-look pass, yeah. I mean, that was just divine, wasn't it? You know. So yeah, the second half it had to improve, and it wasn't pretty still. But you know, we don't complain when we get a result of any kind, do we?
No, we don't. Not when we get 3 points when we're playing dirty. Mark, what do you think of this comment about Amati? What do you think? Because I mean, he's not one of my favourite players, but I won't get on. He gives his best all the time, doesn't he?
Yeah, I can't be a hypocrite and say to you, I didn't think he was having an awful game at different points last night and against Burnley. But he does try. He looked a lot more comfortable when he went out to right back, I thought, as opposed to as part of that back three. I didn't think any of the back three understood their roles. But, you know, he came up with the goods at the end, didn't he? So it was any player just to get their head on that. And he was the man in the right place at the right time. So deserves the praise for the goal.
Yeah, Ben, we keep going on about the corners and everything. Matthew, I'm just going to drop you out a minute. I just want to, because it sounds pretty damn awful. Can you just log in and log out and log back in for us, pal? Your sound seems to have gone a bit. Right.
That's better.
Yeah, it's Matthew. That sound. Just log in and log back out. Sorry, pal. We've had a lot of problems with corners and stuff like that, but Michael Brighton came in. His first two corners were perfectly on the spot, right in the right place. But Tielemans and Maddison don't seem to be able to do it. I don't understand.
I don't quite understand the Maddison thing, no. I don't know. Maybe things get into people's head after a little bit, but all Brighton can cross a ball fantastic. But the issue is we haven't always had the height up there to make the use of his quality crosses. But for me, putting a ball in, he's right up there with someone like Steve Guppy, who we've never seen anything like that. I think Tielemans, what I like about Tielemans is he's not afraid to make mistakes. If you don't have a dig sometimes, you don't score. And okay, he might miss a few, but like the last guy said, the pass last night was absolutely fantastic. It was top draw, and I think Yuri's got a very, very strong future ahead of him. And I forgot I got this one. You mean this no-look pass? That's the one. That's the one.
That's resulted into.
It must have been having a word with Christian Fuchs, I think.
Yeah, it resulted in that, and then he celebrated like that. So it's nice to see Nacho scoring the goals, isn't it? He's 2 in 2, confident.
How he does it, I don't know. Sometimes you think he's not got it in him, but the boy can finish. It's as simple as that. And the last two have been damn good goals as well. Damn good goals. So nice finish last night. Nice finish. Under pressure.
To start off with, I thought he'd stuttered and I thought he'd lost his footing to be a little bit.
Yeah.
And then also he made the keeper go down, and it just like a bit of a slow motion, really, wasn't it, Mark? He just sort of slow motion it, and it just sort of went into the back of. And I thought, that's it. I was over the moon when we equalised.
Yeah, he's a good finisher though, Iheanacho. Obviously, he's had a lot of stick. I think he's a massive confidence player. But after a goal like that he scored at Burnley, he's going to have a bit of confidence, isn't he? And I thought he was our best player last night, and not just for the goal. I thought he dropped deep, tried to influence the game in the first half when we were really struggling, and I thought he just did a really good job for us. And he was sort of trying to help Vardy a little bit as well. He's not in form at the moment, but yeah, good night for Iheanacho.
He mixed it up a lot more last night.
Yes. Matthew, I'll just ask you this question because your sound is a bit dodgy this morning, and I don't know why. Just with Vardy not scored, Vardy's only scored 1 in 13. But do you think he's making more room for Nacho?
Well,
making them extra runs and giving Nacho the space and the confidence.
My thought on it is, I think they've always played well together. Vardy's really been. Is that sound any better, Jamie, or not?
Yes, it is now.
Yeah.
A little bit, not a lot, but a little bit.
I think them playing together is working really well. Making these runs that Vardy does, he's still making those runs, but he's kind of being a bit of a decoy making these runs, He's dragging players with him because they're still scared to death of Vardy, and they will be, He's superb still, isn't he? Maybe lost a little bit of pace. Probably still struggling a little bit from his injury, and he came back from surgery very, very quickly. But yeah, he's making these runs and making a little bit more room in behind. It's probably I could probably see Vardy's role dropping a little bit deeper in the future as he loses a bit of pace. He's always said it's about the team, not him scoring goals. And he's a team man. He's unlike a lot of strikers. He's not the selfish person that a lot of them are. And I could see him slotting in a little bit behind Iheanacho and making those runs and creating space for him, which Iheanacho, like last night, he showed a lot of composure on the ball, Iheanacho. I thought he'd taken one too many touches, but he had it spot on. It was a great finish. But it gives him a little bit more space to work, doesn't it?
Yeah. Gray, I was just, if you're still watching, Gray, I was just about to add you and you just vanished. So come back on, Gray, and I'll re-add you back on. For some reason, you just vanished. Literally just about to click on his name and he vanished. He probably didn't want to speak to me this morning. Matthew, I'm going to have to drop you out because the sound's not very good from your end, unfortunately, pal. Hopefully we'll get it sorted and we'll speak to you again soon, pal.
I'll put my earplugs in next time.
It might be the best. All right, Matt. Cheers, pal. Thank you.
Cheers, Jamie. Thanks a lot.
Right, I'll bring Jack in now. I don't know why that sound was like that. It wasn't. It was all right to start off with. Morning, Jack. How are you, pal?
Morning, fellas. Are you all right?
Yes, I am. I'm all good. So what was your view then on yesterday's game then, Jack?
Well, I'm glad Kel scored again. It gave him that confidence, like I said to Phil in the Fan Zone show the other day on the Monday. So I guess Amati comes under a lot of criticism with Leicester fans, but he seems to prove everybody else wrong who criticises him, and Leicester seem to win when they do criticise him. So I think yesterday Amati got better at right back. He ain't a man at a free, neither's Cags. You know, Leicester are back four side. I think we seem more comfortable there. Ricardo seems to push more forward. We've seen Tavares getting behind quite a lot. But I guess with Vardy, he might play decoy now. You know, I think he maybe lost a yard of pace, maybe. Is it his injury still bringing him back too early? I'm not sure. But I guess Kel playing in that middle position with Vardy next to him, it proves pivotal, doesn't it? He seems to score quite a lot. I think that's, 20 goals now in 22 games?
Yeah, 20 and 22 it is, yeah.
So, yeah, a great win yesterday and 3 points towards top four. So, yeah, we can only hope for the best now and upwards rather than downwards.
Yeah. Mark, just before, because a lot of people don't like the maroon kit. What's your view on the maroon kit, considering we've won 3 out of 3 when we played in it?
I've got it. I didn't know which one to put on this morning, but this is my lucky white shirt, which I was regretting not wearing yesterday at half-time, to be fair. But now I'm a big fan of it, especially because it's a little bit slimming. So, yeah, happy days.
I won't go. After 9 months of lockdown, it's not that slimming on me at the minute, unfortunately. And Ben, what do you think to it? Have you got it?
I like it.
You like it?
Yeah.
It is pretty good, isn't it? It is pretty good. And we've won like I say, 3 on the bounce. I'm just going to bring Gray in now, my old drinking buddy from about 30 years ago, down the sports club in Kirby.
All right, Jack. All right, boys.
Morning, Gray.
How's it going? Are you sober this morning then, Gray?
Yeah, just a little bit.
Come on then, pal. What did you think to yesterday?
Shocking, wasn't it? It was always going to be scrappy. I said it. I called it on the show. It's going to be scrappy. Well earned 3 points, but it was very untidy, wasn't it? And yeah. I humble pie, Jamie, what I was saying about Amati.
Yeah, I must admit though, he's like I say, he's not my favourite player, and he does worry me a little bit, but he always gives that 100%. He always tries to give that 100%, which is all you can ask for, isn't it? Really, Gray?
That's it, mate. That's it. He just needs to learn to take a freaking throw in.
I know, but it was indeed and Tillemans did lose the ball there as well. You can't just blame Amati for it. I know what you mean about the throw-ins, but yeah, I do agree. No. Morning, Jono. How the devil are you, pal?
Morning, guys. Yeah, very well.
You're not got daddy daycare this morning.
I'm going to click out because I'm going to start. I'm coughing and that. So,
all right then, Gray. Speak to you later, pal. Go on, see you later, mate.
Yeah, I managed to get half an hour away from the kids. I got up with them at 6:30, so the wife's taken over now. So,
that's lucky. So, cool, mate. What did you think yesterday then?
Sorry, what's that?
What did you think to yesterday?
Well, I thought it was dreadful in terms of a performance. First half was awful, but second half improved, didn't it? But I think we got lucky a little bit. We should have had a penalty. I think that.
Do you think? I'm not sure about that one. If it'd been given, then I don't think VAR could have overturned it. But because it wasn't given, it was one of them 50-50 penalties to me.
Yeah, I mean,
Not
I can
giving
see, I can see both sides. I can see it being given. I can see it not being given. I think we've seen them being given for other teams in a similar fashion to those. As you pointed out yesterday, if that was a Man U or Mane going over, it would have probably been given. But you know, that's another point, isn't it? I suppose. Generally, though, I think that we improved in the second half. I think that the team. I think what we're not giving them enough credit, because I think, although I was slagging them off the other match against the Arsenal after the Arsenal game, but I think in hindsight, I think that they're really just, you know, on their knees as a team in terms of the amount of energy they've got. I think they really are trying, but they just, you know, we haven't got enough strength in depth, and they've just been playing so many games in such a short period that I think, you know, we've got to give them credit for trying their best to get the results. So I think having a few days off, or, you know, less games in the next few weeks, I think hopefully will benefit us and get some players back and get some freshness back in the leg. Because I think when that happens, we'll be back to somewhere near our best, hopefully.
Yeah. Morning, Chris. How are you? Have you managed to watch the highlights of it? Because you only saw the last 20 minutes, didn't you, yesterday?
That's probably the best part.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I literally. Well, believe it or not, I literally came in as soon and Iheanacho scored as I came in the door, so it was perfect timing.
Sure,
but yeah, I mean, I certainly did manage to watch the highlights. No, not so, man.
Don't start him singing, Ross.
But no, I mean, I did manage to see some highlights, and yeah, if you get me started, you won't get me stopping.
Good.
But no, I mean, it was, yeah, when I did watch the highlights, I was just like, not good, really not good. But yet we seem to improve in the last 20 minutes when all Brighton came on. So, you know, that's the magic at the moment. All Brighton, when he comes on in the last 20 minutes, we change.
Yeah.
You know, we change and we put the pressure on big time.
Mark, somebody asked me a question yesterday about Wilf. Is he a bit off his game, do you think? He's I don't know, he's trapping his ball. He lost it a few times. Is it just, I don't know, is it because he's concentrating too much because we've got lack of players? Or it's just, I don't know, something doesn't seem right with Wilf at the minute to me.
Yeah, I thought in the first half, if we're saying that the defence is an area that we felt like we were weak on, you needed that central midfield to really be ticking. And in that first half, Wilf was getting bypassed more easily than I've seen him get bypassed for a long time. So that was a worry for me. But I think the thing with Wilfred Ndidi is he's set his standards so high that if he drops that even slightly, you notice it, because we rely on him so much. But for me, the role that he does in our team, it can't be replicated. And I don't think there's another player like him in the Premier League in that position at the moment, not even Kante.
Yeah. Ben, I was going to ask this Ross, but Ross has done it on his wall. I'll ask you first, Ross. Do you think that we've got a bit of fighting spirit, the Burnley game and the Brighton game? Do you think we've got that bit of... Because what I've been saying the last few weeks, especially the European game and the Arsenal game, we didn't have no passion, we didn't have a leader, and there seems to be no fight on the pitch. Do you think we've actually got that back in the last couple of games?
I think the grit is there, yeah. We like I said earlier on, we have had a lot of injuries, but I think the half times talks they're in a lot of difference as well. Brendan's not afraid to say where we're going wrong, and I like that. He's not scared to make a change, and everybody improves under Brendan. But one thing I wanted to say, we've been linked with Edouard again this week, haven't we, at Celtic? Yeah. What's people's thoughts on him? Because I'm not going to lie, I've not seen him play a lot at Celtic, but I've got a couple of mates who are Celtic fans, and they do rate him very highly. But will he be able to make the transition?
Well, we'll ask Ross that, because he's our northern correspondent. Ross, you've got to take it off mute. Can you hear us now? Well, it's say northern, he's Sheffield, Ben, so he's closer than anybody at the minute to us. So did you hear what Ben just said about Edouard?
Yeah, I said about Edouard. I mean,
what do you think?
I mean, the last time we took a Scottish striker from the Premier League, from the Scottish Premier League, Mark De Vries.
Yeah, he was a bit. I think he was a bit of a different player, isn't it?
I know it's a different time back then, but he did score the winner against Tottenham. Let's put it out there, right? But
Yeah.
You know, I think someone said, I don't know if it was you, Jamie, or someone else. If it was 15 million, have a crack. If it's 30 million, out. But saying that, we paid £40 million for Tielemans. We haven't seen him much play against Monaco. We paid over £30 million for a player we've never even heard of, meaning Fofana. So, I mean, it's a risk, but we paid £30 million for Slimani. So, with the price tag, mean nothing these days. I think.
Yeah, I think.
See what happens.
Yeah, Mark, going on Ben's point, I think we've been saying for ages, haven't we, the last 5 or 6 transfer windows, we do need another striker, don't we?
Yeah, absolutely. So, you know, on my show that I host, I've got a podcast that we sort of talk quite a lot about. And one of the guys is living up in Scotland.
Now you've mentioned it. There's so many people
I've dropped it.
What it is. Now you've just done it. Go on.
It's called It's 11, It's Heaven for Jamie Vardy. It's a Leicester City podcast. We sort of put out a show at least once a week talking to ex-players, similar to what yourselves do. There's 5 of us, so 4 Leicester fans and actually an Aston Villa fan who is the Scottish guy in our group who we just sort of let talk to us. And yeah, he really stupidly in the first show said that he would rather have John McGinn at Villa than Yuri Tielemans. So I batter him for that every single week. But on the point of, I can see your faces. On the point of Edouard's, you know, I think he'll be actually really quite good for us. Brendan knows him well. I don't think it's the sort of transfer that he would need to come in from day one and hit the ground running for us. I think it'll be a slow transition, and that's what we're looking for. I still see Iheanacho playing a big part for us going forward as well. So yeah, I think Edouard will come in, and I think he'll be good for us.
I mean, Jono, it's like Craig just says, it's like getting a new striker with Nacho. Not saying he's made his mark and he's going to be absolutely fantastic, but he seems to have improved. He's had a bit of a run. I think they've said, I think that was 4 in 7 now he's scored. So is he coming, not his best, but is he bringing out his best with Vardy being unfit? Is it bringing his best out of him?
Well, first of all, I think Nacho's had it tough being number 2 to Vardy. I think I've always willed him to do really well, and he's had patches where he's done great, and then other patches where he's been awful. Let's remember some of the misses he's made. The Palace game, the one against Arsenal, just should be hitting the back of the net. So he's very hot and cold, isn't he? I'm still right on the fence with Nacho, really, about whether he has a future with us. To be honest, I think if we get Edouard in, he's going to be clearly still a number 2, if not a number 3. For another season. I think Vardy probably has got another season with us. Realistically, I'd say we get Edouard in the summer. He will probably be joint number 1 with Vardy, won't he? And then Nacho will forever be a number 2. And the question is whether he can cope with that. In his own mind as a career to be forever a number 2. I don't know, because I think he struggles being a number 2 because, like you say, I think he's a confidence player. I think sometimes when he hits the back of the net and he gets a bit of a run, he looks really good. But you're never going to get that if you're going to be a constant number 2. So either Brendan needs to find a place for him in the first team, maybe as a number 10 or something, but then I can't see that happening. So personally, I'm on the fence with it. I think Edouard, from the Edouard situation, I think, if we say the same as Ross, if we get him for 15 million, I think it's definitely worth a punt for 15 million. If he's
Ross,
looking
you were just about to say something then, Ross.
If they're looking for 30 million, I think that maybe there's other options.
Yeah. That comment you just had then about the rumour about.
Oh, yeah.
That one, that one. I agree. Since obviously this Edouard talk and all this stuff, Nacho's played a lot better than that volley against Burnley. That was brilliant. I mean, obviously it was the best volley in the world, but it was really good volley for him.
I can honestly see them trying to work a situation where they do a swap deal plus cash for Edouard, because I think that Nacho in the Scottish League would tear it to pieces. I think he's a good finisher. I think he, given the quality of the Scottish League, I think that he would do really well in the Scottish League. I'm not trying to say that that's what will happen, but I think that would be quite a good deal if we swapped Edouard with Nacho for plus 10 million or something.
But then we're back to only having 2 strikers again. Surely we need 3 strikers, Ben, don't we, on the books? We need 3 good, decent strikers.
Yeah, we're ruling out Perez, obviously, then, are we?
Not as a striker. No, I don't think he's a striker. Well, what is Perez's? Go on then, Ben. Because I don't think anyone knows what Perez is.
To be honest with you, no.
Does anybody know what his position is?
People are talking about him as a number 10 as well, but he's never going to get him ahead of Maddison, is he?
No.
Apparently, underpicked up and is injured again for 2 weeks. Are we going to see him? He's not staying, is he?
Yeah.
No.
No, I think he's gone. I think he will. I don't think Brendan will have him. Morning, Locks. How are you? What's your views on Under then?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, there's always promise, isn't there, when a player comes from Europe, and he was highly rated when he was a bit younger, and I know he's still young at Roma, so yeah, it's I think he's got talent. It is in there somewhere, but I just don't think he's had enough time really to settle into the league. But you haven't got much time. He doesn't have much time anyway.
I didn't mean to put that comment on there. I didn't read that one first. Sorry.
So I don't think we're going to go back in for him. I think if he had a good spell, we'd be going for him. But I think they're going to look elsewhere for a winger. I don't think, like we see, Brighton is just a better option than him. The work rate he offers, the defensive work rate as well. Brighton gets in ahead of Under every day of the week for me personally. So yeah, I don't think he's going to be staying at all.
No, I don't think so either. You just touched on, Jamie, just before then, that goal in Iheanacho. It reminded me of the West Brom game. Is that what you were going to say?
I was just about to say exactly the same thing.
Exactly
I tell you what, Ross, we might be 2,000 miles away, but we're thinking alike, to be honest.
Yeah.
Do you think with Under, Brendan Rodgers has a list of players, doesn't he, that he works his way down, so they have a target A, B and C. I very much get the impression that he is either a C or potentially below that. And I think it's a big summer of recruitment coming up. You see the names that we're being linked with already. I think Brendan knows who he wants around next season, and I don't think Cengiz Under is part of that.
No.
Yeah,
So
there's the guy at Marseille.
Go on, John.
The guy at Marseille's been linked with.
Colvin. He's already been in Premier League, hasn't he? With Newcastle, he was awful.
He had a dodgy spell then. But what I was going to say,
and don't forget, the monster among men from WWE. He's volunteered to be our defender. So
this is football, not WWE, Chris.
And that wasn't me that started this, Jamie.
No, it makes a change. The thing I'm not sure about you lads, but the thing I don't like is goalkeepers being captains. So I don't think they can be the true leader from the pitch. Jack's put his hand up there. Go on then, Jack. What's your views on that?
I've said it to Phil in these shows now for a long time. It's Casper is okay. He's all like gob to the referee, this, that, and the other. You need someone like a leader, like a Johnny Evans statue. Someone who's knows his game in defence and knows how to get the best out of the players going forward. And I think Johnny Evans is a better leader, to be honest. You can give him the armband. I know people might say, oh, yeah, but he's too old, this, that, and the other. But maybe if you get somebody who's been captain at a team in the summer, they might be able to bring the best out in them positions when we're down at the ground and pick us up again. So anyone than a goalkeeper. I don't think Vardy's
I'd like to have, Ben, I don't know about you, but I'd like to have Yuri as the captain. Because Rodgers has said that he needs to be the coach on the pitch as well. So I think he'd be a good captain. I'm not quite sure he'd be a captain like Wes.
No.
Yeah, I think it'd help his development as well. I mean, I'm with you. I don't like to see a striker or a goalkeeper as a captain. I know Casper's very vocal, like we said, giving a bit of gob. I agree with that. But I think Yuri deserves a chance. And little things like that might stick in his mind if people go in for him as well. So being club captain's a big thing. Yeah.
I'm just nicking your thing, Jamie, when you said councillor.
Oh, yeah, the councillor. Sorry, I forgot to say that. He's agreeing with me, the councillor. Morning. How the devil are you? Hope you're well. Yeah, even though, they had to apologise on the TV on Wednesday night, didn't they? Sorry for the abusive language. That was Casper giving it the big... Oh, well, I won't say. It's too early for them. Too early.
They're not going to keep it PG because there's an empty stadium. No, you can't,
passion.
Can you? Emotions run high in football games. And honestly, 10 years this year since we got Casper.
It is, isn't it? It's 10 years. 412 games he's played now, so he's doing well. He's creeping up that list. Right then, lads, that is us about done. Much appreciated, Mark and Ben, for coming on. Thank you for joining us. Hope you join us again Sunday soon in the near future. And Mark,
Hope
come
so.
on, just quickly, what's your new podcast called again?
Yeah,
Give me one more.
it's called It's 11, It's Heaven for Jamie Vardy. So yeah, it's currently the 97th best football podcast in Great Britain. So we've reached the top 100. So yeah, give it a follow. We've got a Facebook page, we're on Twitter, and yeah, we're going with Steve Lynex tomorrow, and we've got interviews with Ian Stringer, Ewan Roberts, Pontus Kamark, and loads more. So yeah, it's on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and so on. So there's my little plug.
You should get Peggy off Exard.
Is he about? Is he?
That'd be pretty cool.
He's hidden somewhere in the middle of France somewhere, probably in a cave, knowing it. People in France living in caves and that.
Okay. I'll go and start searching the caves.
No one seems to have heard of it. All right then, Mark. Thanks a lot, pal.
Cheers.
And we'll see you again soon. Cheers, mate. Ben, what are you up to this week? Anything good? There's no football to watch, so what are you going to do this week?
I don't know. I might have a little look at United and City tonight, I think.
Oh, that's the thing. That's the thing I forgot to say about what we want City to win, surely.
Yeah.
Don't we? That one want Man City to win. And then do Chelsea play Everton Monday night, don't they?
Yeah, and Liverpool have got Fulham this afternoon as well. So big
I didn't realise Liverpool have
afternoon.
lost 5 home games on the trot locks, haven't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. So hopefully Fulham,
After
including us,
going like, I don't know. I mean, I can't remember how many games they went unbeaten at home. It was 70 or something, wasn't it? So
66.
66. There we go.
Like that. Right, Ben. I will speak to you through the week.
They've overtaken our record.
Yeah, they have for the worst defending champions.
For the worst.
Good.
Yeah, for the worst defence.
Good. I'll see you through the week, Ben. Hopefully you don't abuse me too much on Twitter this week.
No worries. See you later, lads. Thank you.
Cheers for joining. Thanks a lot, pal. Hope to see you soon.
Next game, Sheffield United, isn't it?
Next game, Sheffield United, lads.
For
Next
me,
game. We're not going to talk about that. Locks on Friday night. Going to talk.
What are we going to do for 6 days without football? What are we going to do?
Well, it's 7 days, isn't it? 'Cause it's Sunday.
Well, yeah.
TV if you want.
It's even worse than that. I can't believe it.
You just have to rewatch the game and rewatch the game.
We'll have to have a bingo night.
Locks will be talking about Phil will be talking about yesterday's game tomorrow night, and Locks will be talking about the Sheffield United game. And hold on a minute, Chris wants to say something. Let me just put Chris on full screen. There we go. Hold on. There we go. Go on, Chris. Say what you want to say.
Yes, you can catch me.
Oh, sorry, wrong button.
I knew he was going to do that.
Sorry, Chris. Go on.
I knew he was going to do that.
Look.
Okay, yeah, you can catch me next week, Saturday, 7 till 9 on PCRextra.co.uk for 1997 being the year of the week this week.
1997. How old was I then? I was 27 in 1997.
Yeah, we won the League Cup. Replayed the last.
Yeah, I was 27.
I was a sperm.
I'm the oldest one here. John, how old were you in 97, pal?
Me?
John, how old were you in 97? 23 years ago, pal.
Jack's beard. That's what he's looking for.
Yeah. Struggling here. Hang on.
Got his calculator up.
Hang on.
What year were you born?
78.
So you were 19 then?
19.
Oh, I'm the oldest one here then. Oh, hold on, Chris. How old are you?
I'm 30.
Oh, see, yeah. I'm definitely the oldest one here. John, are you all right this morning? Are the kids shouting you or something? Can they need?
I've been up since 6 o'clock with the kids.
I'll let you off. Who's youngest then? Locks the baby?
Yeah, Locks is the baby. Or is Jack? Jack, are you the baby?
No, I'm older than Locks. I'm older than
Locks. Older than Locks?
I'm 24 this year.
Locks is the baby.
I'm 27.
Locks is the baby. All right, Jono, cheers for joining, Jono. We'll see you next week sometime.
All the best, guys. Have a good week.
We'll try. Not a lot to do, but we'll try. See you later, pal. See you, Jono.
See you later.
Get some sleep, Jono. And Ross, what you up to? What you cooking then?
Well, I'm going to be mum's in a bit. Social distance and stuff. I'm going for a walk and that with family. And this week, I'm bored. I've got work. I would say, and also, I said this last night. I don't know if anyone heard. Exactly 1 year since the last game with full fans in Leicester Aston Villa. We could rewatch that, I suppose.
Yes. Well, we could do. We could enjoy it. And then
I'm going to have some banter with my Sheffield United best mates. That'll be fun next Sunday. I'm off as well. Good. I've managed to get it off, so I'm going to have some fun with that. So I'll look for Jack's beer while I'm at it. So
Right, pal. We'll speak to you again through the week, mate.
there is.
All right. Oh, what's Chris? I thought you went once, Chris.
Isn't it? How's Toy Bar?
Anyway,
No,
well, it is time to go now, so we'll speak to you later, pal.
no worries.
Well, this time you're officially going. Have a
Yeah.
good week, and we'll see you either tomorrow night or on Loxie's show next week
Yep, no doubt.
when you get some of them new impressions done.
Oh, thank you, pal.
So on that note, we'll go. All right then, Jack.
Leave him to it.
Leave the two youngsters to the end, and we'll speak to you later.
See you in a bit.
Is that it? I thought you were going to say something to me then. You'll just see you in a bit.
No, I won't have no internet problems next week, so I'm all good. I got the new internet coming in that, so we're all good.
Let's hope it's better. Right,
No
we'll see you later then,
problems.
Jack.
See you in a bit, guys.
See you later, pal. Have fun. And by the way, say hello to Ailey so she doesn't get annoyed to me just because I didn't say hello earlier.
I will say hello to Eddie, don't you worry. She thought you were upset just because Doncaster won. You only say hello when they lose.
Well, yeah, that's a good thing, that is, isn't it? That's a good thing. All right, Jack. See you later, pal. Lox, you and me left again. You were a bit late this morning. Did you get out of bed? Were you a bit ginned up?
I'm always late, mate. I was late. I was late birth. I was a late at puberty, so I'm late to your show as well.
Oh God, this gets worse. This conversation gets worse. On that note, I'll speak to you in a few minutes, Lox. Yeah, don't go anywhere.
Yes, pal. See you in a bit. See you
Right.
Friday, everyone.
Right. Yes. Right. See you later. Right. That's it. Cracking show. Thank you for Mark and Ben. And sorry, Matthew, for your internet connection problem. It was much appreciated, everyone coming on. I hope you enjoyed it. And it's goodbye. Sorry, it's ciao, ciao. Adios. Goodbye. Top of the morning to you. Come on, you foxes.
Welcome to Leicester Fan TV. With special thanks to our pals at ADT Taxis, Feed Me, Piglet's Pantry, Tiger, Leicester Garage Conversions, Pink Vehicle Leasing, Hologram, The Fox's Arms, Moyer Wade Interiors, and our chosen charity, Mentis UK. We bring you the fans' views on the match each week, and your views matter to us. Join the fans' debate each match with us. Follow us at Leicester Fan TV.